Man, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like every single day there's something huge happening around this franchise right now. And today, Bears fans, we've got two big stories to talk about. One of them is creating a lot of debate, frustration, and honestly some real concern across the fanbase. It's a situation that could impact the future identity of this franchise for decades, and the reactions from Bears fans have been all over the place. The other story might actually give fans a reason to feel excited. It involves the future of this team, the direction of this offense, and something that every Bears fan has been desperately hoping to see become reality. What makes these two stories so interesting is that they represent exactly where this franchise is right now. On one side, there are major questions about the future. On the other side, there's growing belief that something special could finally be building inside this organization. We're going to break down both stories today because there are comments that have Bears fans talking, and there are developments that could have a much bigger impact than people realize. So before we jump into everything, if you're a real Bears fan, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you're new here, my name is Andrew, and this is Bears News Daily. The channel is still brand new, and we're pushing toward our first 500 subscribers. So if you believe in the future of this team and want to be part of this community from the beginning, subscribe and join us. Now let's get into these two Bears stories because there's a lot to talk about today. Alright Bears fans, let's start with the first story because this is something that has become a very emotional topic across the fanbase. The future home of the Chicago Bears is looking more uncertain than ever. For a long time, many fans believed the organization's new stadium project would eventually land in Arlington Heights, Illinois. That felt like the logical destination after the Bears purchased the Arlington Heights property. A lot of fans started imagining what game days would look like there, what a state-of-the-art stadium could mean for the franchise, and how it could help launch a new era of Bears football. But now that future is becoming much less clear. After Illinois failed to fully move forward with the stadium legislation that many believe could help keep the project moving, reports suggest the Bears are shifting more attention toward Hammond, Indiana, which sits roughly 25 miles from Chicago. And I have to be honest with you guys, the reaction from Bears fans has been exactly what you'd expect: concern, frustration, confusion, because this isn't just about a building. This is about tradition. This is about identity. This is about where generations of Bears fans have spent their lives supporting this team. That's why so many people are emotionally invested in this discussion. Now, while fans continue debating where the franchise should go, Bears quarterback Caleb Williams was asked about the situation. And his response was exactly what you'd expect from a franchise quarterback trying to stay focused on football. Williams said, "I'm going to play wherever there's 120 by 53 and 1/3, and it's marked up with white lines and 2 end zones. I'm okay with whatever decision they make is whatever decision they make. I just want some green and my teammates and coaches and another team out there and fans," and honestly, it's hard to disagree with him. His job is to play football. His job is to lead this team. His job is to help the Bears win games, whether that's in Chicago, Arlington Heights, or Hammond, Indiana. His responsibility remains exactly the same. At the same time, I completely understand why fans feel differently. Caleb Williams has only been with the organization for a couple of seasons. Fans have spent decades building memories connected to this franchise. So naturally, there's a much deeper emotional attachment for the fanbase. To me, it sounded like Williams was being smart. He understands this is a situation he cannot control. He understands any comment he makes could become a headline. Instead of stepping into a political discussion, he chose to keep the focus on football. But let's be honest. The fact that Hammond, Indiana is becoming a more realistic possibility is something many Bears fans never expected to hear. And with every day that passes, it feels like Illinois is running out of time. There is still a path for Illinois officials to revisit the stadium discussions through a special session, but that window isn't going to stay open forever. The longer this drags out, the more momentum appears to be shifting toward Indiana. And whether fans like it or not, that possibility is starting to feel more real. Now let's move to the second story because this one might actually get Bears fans excited. This is probably the comment that made me smile the most. because Caleb Williams revealed exactly what Bears fans have been hoping to hear. When speaking to the media, Williams talked about what he wants to unlock in his career moving forward. Listen to these goals. He said, "It's just get the completion percentage up, keep the offense on the field more, score as many points as possible, be the highest scoring offense, because that's my part in the team. Going out there and orchestrating it and being able to go out there and score, whether it's handoffs or passes, whatever, that doesn't matter. It's just being able to put up as many points as possible to help our team win as many games as possible and then keeping the turnovers very low." Bears fans, that's exactly what you want your quarterback thinking about. Not personal awards, not statistics for social media, not headlines, winning football games, running an efficient offense, protecting the football, scoring points. And if we're being honest, there is one area Williams specifically mentioned that stands out: his completion percentage. According to the numbers, Williams dropped from 62% in 2024 to 58% in 2025. That has to improve, and the encouraging part is that Williams clearly knows it. The great quarterbacks identify weaknesses and attack them. They don't pretend problems don't exist, they work on them. Now obviously, improving completion percentage isn't entirely on the quarterback. Accuracy matters. Decision-making matters, timing matters. But so does receiver play, so do dropped passes. So does offensive execution. Everything works together. And when you look at the current Bears offense, there are plenty of reasons for optimism. The offensive line has improved significantly. The running game became one of the strengths of the team. The Bears finished among the top rushing offenses in football thanks in large part to D'Andre Swift and Kyle Monangai. Those two helped create balance that this offense desperately needed. And then you start looking at the weapons around Caleb Williams. Rome Odunze continues developing. Luther Burden is approaching what many believe could be the prime years of his career. Colston Loveland is already showing signs of becoming one of the better tight ends in the NFL. Some people are already talking about him as a potential top 10 player at his position. Then there's rookie Xavier Thomas. Every time his speed gets mentioned, it feels like expectations continue growing. He's flashed enough ability to make fans curious about what his role could become. When you put all of those pieces together, you can understand why Williams is thinking bigger. Because this offense has talent, real talent. The challenge now is turning that talent into production every single week. And that's where the next step of Williams' development becomes so important. Because if he raises that completion percentage, protects the football, and takes advantage of the weapons around him, this offense could become something Bears fans haven't seen consistently in a very long time. A unit capable of winning games because of its offense instead of simply surviving because of its defense. And honestly, that's what makes these two stories so fascinating. One story is about the future location of the franchise. The other is about the future of the franchise quarterback. One creates uncertainty, the other creates hope. As Bears fans, we're all watching both situations closely because they could shape the next decade of Chicago Bears football. The stadium decision will determine where future generations of fans gather to support this team. But Caleb Williams' development could determine how much winning those future generations get to celebrate. And right now, that's what has me encouraged. The mindset Williams showed in those comments is exactly what you want from a young quarterback. He understands where he needs to improve. He understands what the offense needs. And most importantly, he understands that winning is the priority. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about the stadium situation? Would you be comfortable with the Bears moving to Hammond, Indiana, or do you still want Arlington Heights to happen? And what are your expectations for Caleb Williams this season? Do you think he can take that next step and become one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I read every single one. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it. If you're a true Bears fan and believe this team is heading in the right direction, subscribe to Bears News Daily. We're still a brand new channel trying to reach our first 500 subscribers, and I'd love to have you with us from the very beginning. Thanks for watching, and as always, bear down.